Starting a business is a dream that lives in the hearts of so many of us. The thought of creating something of our own, building it from scratch, and watching it grow is exciting. But along with the dream comes fear, confusion, and questions that often hold us back. Where do I start? What if I fail? How do I avoid mistakes that could cost me everything? These thoughts are natural, especially when stepping into a world where risks are high and success demands courage, patience, and proper planning. In a bustling city, there lived a young man named Ethan. At 25, he worked in an office where he often felt trapped in a culture of flattery, blame-shifting, and endless overtime. His heart told him he was meant for more. Lately, he couldn't shake the thought of starting his own business, of carving his own path. But like many others, he had no idea where to begin. The dream was there, burning inside him, but the roadmap was missing. One afternoon, while sipping coffee and thinking about his future, Ethan remembered someone, Mr. Simon. He was a middle-aged man from a nearby town, known for his experience in both product-based and service-based businesses. Unlike many who chased only money, Mr. Simon had a genuine passion for business. His wisdom and calm confidence always inspired Ethan. Without hesitation, Ethan decided to meet him, hoping to find answers. On his day off, Ethan rode his motorbike across the busy roads to Mr. Simon's house. When he arrived, he found him sitting peacefully on the porch, feeding his pet birds. The serenity of the scene contrasted with Ethan's restless energy. After some warm greetings, Ethan poured out his heart, his desire to start a business, his confusion, and his fear of making the wrong choices. Mr. Simon listened carefully, then smiled, impressed by Ethan's honesty and hunger to learn. "Ethan," he said gently, "there are 5 essential steps you must take before starting a business. If you understand these steps, you'll avoid many unnecessary failures. Let me show you, not just tell you." He invited Ethan to accompany him to the seaside, where he was planning to open a new venture. Ethan eagerly agreed, sensing that this trip would mark the beginning of a life-changing journey. As they walked along the bustling coastline, the salty breeze in the air, Mr. Simon pointed to several restaurants crowded with tourists. "I plan to open a restaurant here," he said, "but before even making that decision, I considered 5 important steps." Ethan leaned in, ready to absorb every word. "Step 1," Mr. Simon began, "is to define the type of business. Some people sell products, others offer services. Some do what everyone else is doing, while others bring something unique. This choice is crucial because it shapes everything else. If you don't enjoy the business you choose, you'll lose motivation when challenges come, and they always come." Ethan thought deeply about this. For the first time, he realized it wasn't just about making money, it was about choosing something he could love. "Step 2," Mr. Simon continued, "is market research. You must know your customers, your location, and your competitors. Look around. Why do some restaurants thrive while others struggle? It's not just the food, it's location, cleanliness, taste, service. For my restaurant, I know tourists love seafood, and weekends are the busiest time, so I must be ready with staff and a full menu when demand is high. Without research, you're walking blind." Ethan felt a spark in his mind. He had never considered how much small details mattered. "Step 3," Mr. Simon said, "is to list your strengths and weaknesses. Every business has both. The location of my restaurant is not perfect, but I will compensate with attractive signboards. Knowing your weaknesses doesn't make you weak. It makes you prepared. You can turn them into strengths if you plan wisely." Ethan nodded, realizing how powerful this step was. "Step 4," Mr. Simon said firmly, "is to start without overthinking. Many people spend years planning and dreaming but never take action. The truth is, you only learn by doing. Once you start, you'll see real strengths and weaknesses. Over-planning without action is just fear in disguise." Ethan's heart raced. These words struck him like lightning. He had been guilty of waiting, of delaying. Maybe he didn't need perfect conditions. Maybe he just needed courage. Finally, Mr. Simon spoke of Step 5. Evaluate and improve. Once you start, you must constantly review your progress. Fix what's not working, strengthen what is, and never stop learning. If you don't have a mentor, use books, online resources, or the wisdom of those who've gone before you. Stay humble, stay curious, and always remember, you're not just building a business, you're building a legacy. Make your parents proud. Prove your critics wrong. By the time the sun began to set, painting the sky golden over the ocean, Ethan felt transformed. The 5 steps were not just practical advice. They were a map that turned his scattered dream into a clear path. Gratitude filled his heart as he looked at Mr. Simon. He knew this was the turning point of his life. That evening, as Ethan rode his motorbike home, the city lights flickering around him, he carried more than just advice. He carried hope, clarity, and determination. He knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but for the first time, he wasn't afraid. He was ready to take the first step. This story is a reminder that dreams don't come true by chance. They come true by choice, by planning, and by courage. If you're someone who longs to start a business, remember these 5 steps. Define your path, study the market, know your strengths and weaknesses, take action, and never stop improving. Success is not luck, it's built.